A frozen wasteland, haunted by the undead and the dying. What is there to do but survive through the graveyard of horrors and a garden of bones?
It's like doing the introduction is like a whole thing. I just be like, hey, what up? Welcome to D&D on Ice. It's your girl Grim. You're playing Cukunkana.
You can do that.
Dog.
Sup, it's Cukunkana from the future when I'm a shitty teen.
Yeah, Cukunkana from the future when I become a surfer because I turn this ocean into a beach. I'm here being played by Grim. Welcome with me and my pals. We got Connie. He's tall and can punch stuff. We got Meris. She's hot and can stab stuff. We got Brian. He here to tell us all the things that we are telling him we're doing, but in a descriptive way. Yeah. That's all I've got.
And then intro music.
I don't think we need a second take.
We're professionals.
Oh my god.
So as you were saying, welcome back to Tales of... Like you were saying, welcome back to a... Who does intros anyway?
You'll never surf in this town again.
Like Grim was saying, welcome back to a Tales of Bone and Ice, a D&D actual play podcast of the comedy horror genre. Everybody want to go around and introduce yourselves and your characters?
I think I already did that for everyone, but whatever.
Well, fucking do it again.
Me.
Did you eat? Are you sure?
Yeah, I did. Okay.
Good.
Just give her a minute for the blood sugar
Yeah,
process.
I need the blood sugar to activate.
I'm okay with delaying a little bit until the healer is in a better mood, by the way.
Yeah.
My name is CandorCore, and I am playing Condemned, the Goliath fighter.
And that's me, Marilyn, and I'm playing Meris, the golden dragonborn paladin, resident bad boy, and friend to all. Or some. We'll see.
Friend to most.
Not Fang.
Friend eventually?
I'll be your friend. My name is Grim, and I play Cukunkana. She's a Kalishtar druid who cries too much. and will one day be a cool super dude.
Now I'll roll your history check. So now we're gonna see who gets to tell what happened last time.
Are you fucking kidding me? I rolled a 3.
Oh, good, because I rolled a 6.
I got an 8. You're doing it again.
God damn it! I just showed my notes.
I can do it again if you want.
No, I got this. I even have my pen out and I have a notebook and I just don't write in it. So first I'll read off my notes and then I'll go through what I remember. So my notes are Session 2, Fang, Lichen, From Duration, Has Animals. So that's what I wrote, and then what I remember was we woke up and we were on our way and we were doing our damn thing, and then we hit a crossroads. We investigated a sign more than I think we had to, because sometimes a sign can just be a sign. We saw a person by themselves out in the wasteland, so we threw Cukunkana on top of Condemned's arms to be like, or shoulders to be like, well, what you doing? And then they walked over to us, and then it was like some werewolf or lichen person named Fang. We're walking and talking, and then ran into some crystal wolves, and then we killed them. And then Fang got super aggressive.
Yeah.
And was like, you shouldn't cry to Cukunkana. And I was like, eat my dick. And then I think that was kind of where we ended. So I don't know personally how I feel about Fang yet, but we'll see.
I'm just going to put... I don't want to, shit talk anybody, but here's what we know about Fang, okay? Mm-hmm. Gave up looking for her friend after half a day. Because we met her at noon, and her friend disappeared that morning. Looks to be a ranger, probably, and this is a little metagamey, but what kind of ranger gets lost?
Oh.
3. Can't hit for shit.
Yeah.
4. Super judgy.
Yeah.
So it's not looking good.
No.
Also, we fell in a pit.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, fuck
After
that.
all 3 of
That was a
us
pit.
wrote down pit for our bane.
Also, I kissed a skull.
Oh yeah, and then Condemned died, and then we had to revive Condemned.
Ah, right.
I think we only need to go over the important things that happened. I don't think we need to go over the part where Condemned self-owned and got used like a chew toy.
Oh yeah, that was so cool. I loved that.
That was probably the best Nat 1 I've ever heard, Brian.
Yeah, that was fucking dope.
Last session we ended with everybody heading off in the determined direction led by Cukunkana after a bit of severe judgment from Fang.
Yeah, I'm just like, she's on ice, thin ice.
Fang looks at Cukunkana and is like questioning how do you know where you're going? It doesn't make sense. I don't understand.
Oh, okay, 1 second. I just need to take a breather. Oh, Connie.
Condemned was sort of staring off into the distance, and now he seems to sort of snap to attention, but he doesn't look at Cukunkana or at anybody else. He just sort of changes his viewpoints to indicate that he's sort of listening. That way where you look just a little bit to the side.
Could you maybe carry the skull I collected for me? It's so heavy. I can't do it.
Yes, says, and he just stretches out his hand for you to place the skull into.
Yeah, she digs it out of her bag and hands it over and sighs as her encumbrance has been unencumbered.
Uncumbered.
Yes.
Unencumbered.
Uncucumbered.
And then she turns to Wolf and says, "What?"
How do you know where you're going?
I use a map. How do you know where you're going?
Well,
She doesn't.
She smacks the piece of paper she's holding. She's like, "Look."
look, I've already told you I got lost. I'm curious. I want to know how you keep track. A lot of this area, it's vastly uncharted.
Well, you just look at what you here's the thing, is you can tell where you are based on how far from where you've been, and then you find the next place you need to be, which is like a landmark, and you say, okay, now I'm here, and now I need to go in this direction for this long so that I know how long it's been since the last place I was at. And then you get to the next one.
I love how accidentally passive-aggressive that is. Oh, you just walk and then you do it.
How have you survived this long without knowing how to travel to different places?
I traveled with caravans and with groups. I was just it's strange to see such few people out here together. I recognize that I was out here with one other person and they are gone, but they were the one who was guiding us. So I don't know. It's a skill that I need to pick up, so I might ask for some help once in a while.
Okay, all right. I can teach you the basics. I know quite a bit about cartography. It's one of the few things that I know what I'm talking about that other people can relate to.
Okay. Do you mind if we do that up front?
Yeah, no, I'll help you. I appreciate the humble that you're bringing to this pie.
What does that mean? I love that.
Oh my god.
Condemned is wondering what pie is, but then he remembers what happened when he asked what a forest was, and he decides not to inquire further.
Meris is wondering what humble means.
I can't hear you over the sound of my abs.
They just grind against each other at this.
Oh, sorry. The blood is just rushing around so much because I work out just so stupidly.
Yeah.
You should know I based that whole speech off of Moana. Wayfaring in Moana. Because I was like, how can I do this? I'm like, Moana, the ocean?
Yeah, it's practically the same thing.
Practically the same.
I connect to the grandma in that movie far too much.
I connect to the adorable little pig.
So Fang, following Cukunkana's lead, watches over her shoulder and begins taking notes on how to begin learning cartography. Can I get a perception check from everybody?
That feels like character growth to me. I'm back on the Fang train.
I got 6. And by that I mean I rolled a 2. It's really great that my +6 in perception is really coming in handy today.
Ooh. Don't worry, guys. I got a 3.
Doesn't that mean you got an 8?
You got an 8?
No, I got a fucking 4. But Cukunkana, doesn't she have a +6 to her perception?
Yeah, I rolled. Did I count wrong?
Yeah,
I don't know how to fucking do math.
that's fair. I mean, it's below 10.
Yeah,
So-
who really cares?
Yeah.
All right, so you doofuses.
I mean, it's true, but you don't have to say it.
Yeah, jeez. Hannah.
All right, so you doofuses are a bit rattled from the fight that you just had and a lot of the different stuff that's going on. And Fang is taking notes over Cukunkana's shoulder, and in a moment of just looking around and taking bearings of where she is and trying to determine any further landmarks far away in the distance, she points and says, "What is? Can you guys see that over there? What is that?"
I look in the opposite direction.
Sukun kind of follows that lead and looks in the opposite direction.
Huh? What? Huh?
What?
What?
No, over there. Over there.
I don't know. I feel like I need some kind of omniscient voice to describe it to me now that I'm squinting in its direction.
I take out my glasses and I put
I can
them on.
feel like I have advantage now that someone is pointing towards.
Yes. Roll with advantage, the three of you.
Like we get advantage on perception for this? Why?
Yeah, just to see if you can determine what it is from so far away, or if it's just a dot in the distance.
But why do we get advantage? I don't know how to play D&D.
Because the wolf baby pointed it out. 16.
I got
Okay.
21.
That's better.
It is.
I think I'm borrowing Grimm's die rolls because I got a 1 and a 20.
All right.
Delicious.
Wow.
I'm gonna need those back for next session.
Yeah.
All three of you are able to see far in the distance. Connie and Cukunkana are able to see that there seems to be one of those wolf beasts, but they don't look the same. One of those frost beasts, but it doesn't seem to have any crystals on it. And it seems to be struggling, and you can hear like a quiet, gentle, sort of pained moaning.
Sukun kind of runs
All right.
immediately. She just runs. She's not very fast, but she's going.
Oh, yeah, all right. So as you run up, does everybody follow? Do you guys wait?
I'm saying, oh, the baby.
Condemned hesitates for a moment before chasing after, and he actually keeps a bit of a distance between himself and the others.
Fang, while you guys are running, says, "I'll stay here so you know where to come back to."
Sukun kind of is like, it's fine. Just come on.
I don't.
Well, who's the baby is too over emotional now? And she's still running.
I turn around and do the suck it motion while still sprinting.
So as the three of you get closer, you can see that there's definitely a large furry beast that is trapped in sort of a makeshift bone bear trap, and this thing is very large. It's gigantic.
So Sukun kind of, for depth, slows down before she gets too close to it. Because she doesn't want to scare it.
Does it also have the ice crystals that the other Kaken did?
It does not. So as you get closer, it looks over at you and it starts baring its teeth, and it's just...
Hi. Kakin?
And it starts like growling, and it's looking at you, and it's afraid, and it's angry. Its leg is snapped, and there's blood coming down from it. Give me an animal handling check, please.
I'm so here for it. Am I proficient in animal handling? You bet your butthole I'm not.
Oh, fuck, I thought that was gonna go the opposite direction. God damn it.
So against my better judgment, I'm being honest, I got a 7.
Okay. You can't really tell what it's feeling. It's not. It just looks like afraid and angry. That's what you can tell, for sure.
Condemned has taken out a javelin, but he's holding off.
Hold on that there, big fella.
Not yet, Ferb.
I'm gonna walk up to it and I'm just gonna be like, I'm gonna kind of get down on one knee, kind of close to it, not in like biting range. I'm gonna be like, hey there, hey sweet thing, hi. Oh, that's an ouch. Ooh, that looks bad. I can heal that. I can heal that if you want, and then I'm gonna put my hand out like you do to like a stray cat that you see, to like let them know like I'm nice and let them sniff it.
Are you proficient in animal handling?
I'm not, but can I roll for it anyway?
You can roll a charisma check.
Ooh. Shit. 8. Damn it.
So it goes it takes the opportunity and goes for a bit of a bite against you. Roll a dex save to see if you can just like pull your hand back.
So a 1 plus 0.
Oh boy.
Delicious.
When it goes to bite my hand, can I also use lay on, like, can I use healing? I want to make a show of it. You know, when you try to tip, like, when you want the person that's working at the coffee place to, like, see that you're tipping them, I want them to realize that I'm healing them. I don't want them to, like, bite me in the hand and then they're healed.
It lunges out with its giant fangs and it gets a grab onto the large meaty part of your hand, and you take 5 damage.
With my other, can I flick it in the nose with my other hand? I'm gonna say bad, because I saw that on Scooby-Doo Monsters Island.
It continues to hold on, and it's looking at you very aggressively.
Yeah, I remember that scene. It didn't work out for Shaggy.
Oh. You're right. Bad Grandma. That's such a good movie.
Like, it's still biting Meris, right?
Yes.
So I want to get them out of that. So I reach into my bag, and I want to get out some watskana, some dried meat, to kind of entice them into it by, like, tossing it a little bit to the left of where they are. And she says, Inu, kakin, look.
So you take the dried meat out of your pack and you chuck it over. I'm not going to make you like do a check for this because whatever, you're throwing meat.
She's just gently tossing some meat, you know?
Yeah. While doing this, the beast lets go of Meris's hand and its immediate attention is on the meat. And it eats it up very hungrily and very greedily.
Mm-hmm. Okay, can I try to rip open the bear trap then?
Maybe we should do that after we chill him out, though.
Well, I mean, we gave him meat. How much more chill do you think he's gonna get?
Yeah, that's true.
Condemned has had his javelin up, and when it went to bite Meris, he reflexively lifted up and was about to throw it, but then stopped and had a very sort of conflicted look upon his face. And at this point, he's going to put the javelin back in its little holster, and he's going to walk forward, still limping a little bit as he's still got a bunch of pain and is running off of whatever substance it is that allows an adventurer to do stuff normally at 3 hit points. And as it is chowing down on the meat, he is going to try and just grab it and force it down and just use an athletics check to try and wrestle it into a position where it's not able to bite him.
Are you trying to do this I imagine you're trying to like sort of like do this a little sneakily and like kind of stealth up, or are you just gonna try to like fucking tackle this thing?
You just lay down on it.
I mean, ideally, I would like to get the jump on it, yes.
Okay. Then you're gonna have to give me a stealth roll at disadvantage. Because
that is armor. Oh, right, armor. Okay. In that case, I'm just gonna fucking tackle it. I'm not gonna try. He's gonna like, oh, this is gonna happen.
Give me an athletics check then.
Okay. Oh, okay. 17.
Okay. Super distracted this beast is by this meat. You're able to quite easily get it into a position at which you have it wrestled onto the ground, and it's. Have you ever had a dog like when they're eating something and they're kind of not supposed to have it, so they just sort of like they just have it in their mouth? So it does that, and it growls, and it's holding this within its mouth almost desperately as you sort of grapple it and pin it to the ground.
Yeah, I'm gonna rip open that bear trap while he's got it pinned.
Give me an athletics check.
Ooh, I forgot that I'm strong. Oh fuck, I'm strong as shit. 23.
Nice.
23, baby.
Nice. Easy.
You run over to this thing, and you can see that it's made of relatively painful looking bones, as most things are in the world that you live in. It doesn't clamp together in a way that does like a lot of like modern bear traps. They sort of like, and then they do a lot of like piercing, and they like slash up your tendons in your leg and stuff like that. These are meant to like crush bones, and it looks like this giant beast doesn't have much in the way of crushed bones, as simply incredibly discomforted legs, and it's unable to move. So as you pry these things open, it's able to get that leg out, and I'm going to need another athletics check from Connie to maintain it in this grapple, because now it's got more range of movement.
Can I entice him with more Watskana while he's thrashing?
What I was hoping to do actually is once the trap was opened up, I would want Condemned to try and not keep the animal down, but instead almost not actually throw it, but do that thing where he sort of like pushes it forward and lets go to hopefully jumpstart the natural instinct for it to just GTFO. So I imagine still an athletics check.
Yeah, still an athletics check. Yeah, okay, that makes sense.
All right, 16.
Okay, you're able to just sort of get it up and sort of move it in the natural direction that it is facing. And you said you wanted, Grim, you wanted to entice it with some more meat?
Yeah, I guess like if I see him gonna like making moves to push it, I'm gonna throw the meat like in that direction, I guess. To be like, hey, look, more food in that way.
Can it walk?
Yes, it can walk. It's very pained, and it looks like it's got a limp, but it can move. Everything out here is risky to exist with an injury or without. Obviously, with an injury is worse, but it's never safe to be out in the wilds by yourself. Cukunkana, you take more meat out of your pack and you huck it in that direction. It takes off after the piece that you threw, and it finishes up the one that it had, and it mows down on the second piece, and it turns around and it looks at you. And can I get a animal handling check from Cukunkana?
Hopefully it goes better. 21.
The beast turns around and it looks at you, and it senses that you are different. That you're not like everybody else who is simply afraid of almost everything that wanders the wilds. And it bows its head to you.
She does the same thing.
And looks up and makes intense eye contact, and you can feel that there's much to be learned from this being that you know to be Kakin, or wolf.
So I watched Balto as a child, so this is like my actual fantasy. Because apparently I watched that movie so much I broke the whole the VHS machine and the VHS itself. So.
That is such a mood.
That's so cute. Okay, well, so Cukunkana kind of like stares back for a moment, and she's gonna tentatively like mind link. Can she mind link with animals? She can't understand what it's saying though, because that's not how it works. It says creature.
If there's one thing I know from science class in grade 9, a wolf is a creature.
Yeah, a wolf is a creature. Maybe she won't. Okay, she's not gonna use mind link because it might spook it. She just learned it spooks most creatures.
Good to know that you have that consideration for
animals only.
Yeah.
Animals only get this consideration. So she like very quietly says, "You," and she's kind of like starstruck in front of a real animal. And she kind of like takes out another piece of meat and like kind of tosses it, but like a little bit closer in front of her, and she just kind of like makes eye contact and like does a really big gulp of air as she just kind of waits in silence.
It walks slowly towards where you've placed the meat, and it looks down at it, and it picks it up, and everyone can hear the voice of this coming from this giant maw of this large beast, and it says, "Thank you." And it runs off into the distance.
You know that episode of The Simpsons where Homer gets like really fucked up and then he sees that talking fox on a pyramid or something? That's how I feel.
Condemned isn't sure how to deal with this. On the one hand, he's pretty sure wolves shouldn't be able to talk. On the other hand, one of his party members is also a bipedal lizard, so...
On the one hand, the first group of wolves that he ever saw was undead, and the second wolf he ever saw was talking.
Are wolves, are like normal wolves like this, like well known around our parts? Like we wouldn't know? Like, is this the first that we've ever heard of?
I have questions about where we get the furs for our things.
Magic, don't worry.
Okay.
Don't worry, we'll get there.
Bugbears.
Yeah.
Don't poke too many holes in the plot.
They know bugbears is worse though because they're like part of a society. Do you know what I mean? Not only a society, but they're like civilized to a certain degree.
Yeah.
It's actually owlbears mostly.
Oh, owlbears.
So a lot of stuff. It's like fur and feathers.
Cool. That's very nifty.
Anyway, so Cukunkana kind of like does that thing where she like pivots on her feet to turn around and look at you guys, and she says, "Did you guys see that?"
Did you guys fucking see that shit? That was crazy.
Yeah, I'm just like nodding my head, like, yeah, it spoke right into my mind.
No, it spoke out loud.
Oh, it spoke out loud. Ooh.
It spoke right into my ears.
Condemned is still staring at the Kakin as it, makes its way off into the distance. And he looks down at Cukunkana. And when he sees her, like, looking back at him, he just immediately just sort of, like, turns around and begins walking back to Fang.
Cukunkana nods. She's like, "Yep, we should get going." and follows after. She's got a lot of things to plan to write in her diary tonight.
I'm just kind of like standing there, like looking back at the wolf and then, like looking back at them, like going, just kind of like head back and forth, like mouth open wide smile, just like, whoa, like, what? That was so cool. Okay, all right, let's go. All right, let's do this. Let's go, guys. As if I'm not bringing up the rear.
So as you reapproach Fang, she starts to talk in sort of a concerned voice. Is everything okay? What you all look very different.
Everything is excellent. We met a Kakin.
She looks quizzically at you.
A wolf who was stuck in a trap. We helped him. He thanked us and then ran into the sunset. It's like noon.
Fang is like, sunset?
It's like a tree. You wouldn't get it.
Yeah, it's like a tree. You wouldn't get it.
So with this information, she, we used to hear stories about animals with voices. It was not common that we treated them like fantasies. I should have come with you.
Yeah, who's a baby now? Anyway, we gotta hit the dusty trail and get on going. We're losing daylight, people. Isn't that right, Connie?
You can see her visibly like her fists clench. All right, let's keep moving.
Is this good place to rest? I could use a moment. He gestures to his arm, which is still supremely fucked up.
I don't know. I don't know anything anymore.
Cukunkana consults her map and she said, "It should be fine. We're just another, 6 hours or something between here and another object, so we're good."
I will not require long.
So yeah, you guys want to take a short rest? You want to sit down?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm also gonna point to my arm or my hand because I got bit by that wolf, and I'm only at 2 HP.
Oh god. Imagine if he died.
Literally doesn't even care.
Cukunkana's gonna produce some fire just to, keep everyone warm while we sit. Maybe it'll make us more comfortable and assist with the healing. Maybe we can cauterize some wounds. All
right. So if you guys want to take a short rest, Fang gets out some bedrolls that she has, and she makes so that everybody can sit down around Cukunkana's flame comfortably, not so that everybody just freezes to death sitting on the basic ice.
I'm gonna basically put my ass in the fire. I want to be close to that heat. As a lizard, would love to be warm.
Lizard in Tanaka is kiki, which my uncle said we could also use for the word dragon, because it actually just means any lizard, including large lizards.
Well,
Cool.
that's me.
Condemned is going to, once everybody starts settling down, he's actually going to walk off, and he is going to get about 100-ish feet away, so still very much within eye line, but very much separated from the rest of the group, and he's going to lay out his bedroll, and he's going to kneel down onto the ground and do that. I'm sure there's a word for it, but where you kneel onto the ground, you put your hands down on your knees, and he's going to sort of start to meditate a bit, and he's deep as he's contemplating something. And this is what he's going to be doing for the majority of the short rest. And during this time, he's going to take from one of his pouches a small pouch that appears to be very well worn, but still quite sturdy, years old. And he's going to take it out, and he's going to put the contents into his hands, which are a few pieces of metal. Small pieces of metal, any markings or anything like long ago worn off, as he contemplates something. And I don't know if there's anything else the rest of you are going to do with the short rest.
Yeah, I'm going to, while Condemned is doing that, I'm going to elbow Cukunkana and kind of like, head nod over to him. And I'm going to say, I didn't know he was a vegan. Because vegans meditate, apparently.
This baseless accusation. Didn't know he was vegan.
I love Joe.
Like, here's the thing. She doesn't even know what plants are. Like, Meris, they don't know what plants are. So
I was going to say.
It has nothing to do
Cukunkana
with
looks
diet.
over, it's like,
Vegans meditate.
how do you know what a vegan is? But no, Cukunkana's gonna look over and she's like, look, he's patient when I need to do my witch rituals in the morning. We have to respect his funny punchy man rituals, okay?
I don't know how to respond to that in any capacity. Funny punchy man rituals.
That's what it is, right?
That's fair.
Fang similarly crosses her legs and sits down and closes her eyes and just waits, just enjoys the warmth for a minute.
I'm gonna elbow Cukunkana one more time and be like, vegan.
Cukunkana just gives you a confused look as she crunches on some Watskana.
So after your short rest, like around the 55-minute mark, do you come back to the rest of the group or so?
At the end of the 55 minutes or so, Condemned puts the little pieces of metal back into the pouch, puts the pouch back into his satchel, stands up, comes back, and he seems to have reached some sort of decision or something. The sort of spaced out look and the sort of weird silence that he's been having since he saw Cukunkana kiss the skull seems to have faded to a very large extent. And he looks at the group and he says, are we ready to proceed?
While you guys were nursing your wounds and Cukunkana with her max health was practicing throwing fireballs, like throwing produced flames, she's like, I need to get better at this so I don't hurt my friend.
She built like a snowman, Connie, and has just been like shooting at the back.
So I want to give Condemned inspiration for the spending time away doing the weird thing.
The funny fighter man things.
Anyway, so after you short rest and serious things happen, Fang stands up and says, I grow more uncomfortable by the wastes as time goes on, and I would like to get out of here as quick as possible.
Cukunkana pats his shoulder, and, as always, she links to their mind and says, worrying is just gonna make it worse. We just have to keep going forward. You can worry when we get there or when we're actively in danger, but right now it's smooth relative sailing. Don't worry, it's okay. You're okay.
What's sailing?
It's like surfing.
Jesus.
It's like surfing.
Is that going to be our running joke?
What's surfing?
It's future Cukunkana here to give you a lecture about surfing versus sailing. She just pats their shoulders. Says that's just one of those things you just gotta not worry about and just keep going.
Yeah, worrying feels like kind of like a really big emotion.
Yeah.
So maybe we should put that to the side.
Yeah.
And then big eyes stare at her when I say the word emotion.
You can see a slight increase in the size of her canines as she sort of bares her teeth at you a little bit, but they retract.
It is not wise to antagonize one another.
I'm gonna give her a wink as well.
Fang is correct that it is smart to be cautious in the wastes.
So, Cukunkana, which direction are we going?
She consults her map, like, carefully and intentionally, and then says, this way, and then points in the direction that they need to go.
All right, and then you head off in that direction. As you are walking along, you eventually come to another checkpoint, and you guys have been on the road for pretty much the entire day, and it's a long one. You guys are exhausted. It's pretty much time if you want to bed down, unless you want to push through the night.
Would you guys be opposed to bedding here, or do you think...
Cukunkana is never opposed.
Condemned, how do you feel?
A rest would be good. It has been long day.
Who wants to take first watch?
On that note, he is going to look to Meris. You and the girl should take first watch. He looks to Cukunkana. I know you slept through last time. It is fine, but you will need to learn how to take these things seriously. You will need to contribute. Being paired with Meris is good start, I think.
Cukunkana, like, takes a second and she nods and she says, You know more than I do, and I trust your judgment that I should do better.
You have been great contribution so far.
She does, like, a thumbs up, and then she looks at Meris and she says, Sleepover!
Sleepover.
Which is probably not the mood that we want to take into this.
Opposite. He decides to just be happy that there's enthusiasm.
You could be more serious. We're gonna paint each other's nails.
I imagine Meris has a lot of nails to paint, too.
Oh, they're big, too, so it's really easy, you know? So you don't get on the skin, probably.
In that case, I'll take the last watch then.
Sure.
Nice. Yeah.
We should probably take the first, because the baby most likely will fall asleep, like, real quick. So I feel like me and the baby should take the first one, if that sounds good to you guys.
Is Cukunkana good with just being called the baby?
She doesn't care. She is baby.
She's baby.
All right. Well, then let's get the tent set up and let's get some sleep.
Hey, this also counts as a short rest, right?
Isn't this a long rest? This is our second long rest.
No, this is your second long rest. So you are doing this is the proper long rest.
Oh, okay. You're being a lot nicer than yeah.
Shut up. Don't give ideas.
The two of you are taking the rest after everybody sets up the tent, and Fang goes in and lays down off to the side as much as she can. Yes?
Cukunkana, like, before the long rest, has a spell slot to burn, and looks at Meris, and she's like, do you want to try getting trapped in all those vines and see if you can get out with how strong and hot you are?
Oh my god, yes! Oh my god,
Those rumors about what happened at sleepovers are true.
Mm-hmm. We don't just talk about boys. We also get out Ouija boards and then trap each other in weird vines.
Cukunkana casts Entangle on Meris.
I'm just flexing so fucking hard. I got my maul in my hand.
All right, try to get out.
I start snapping at them like the wolf did to me.
My spell save DC is 14.
14 what?
Well, make a strength check.
Strength saving throw.
I know what that is. I've played D&D before. 14.
You did it!
Oh, that's it!
Yeah. How do you escape from the vine?
I flex so fucking hard, but then I see that that's not working, because, like, you can't just flex vines off, I guess.
Not with a 14.
So I'm flexing, and then I just kind of, like, shove my elbows up, and then put my fists up, and it just kind of, like, shatters it. And then I'm fucking like, ah!
Cukunkana is, like, clapping and, like, cheering. Making all this noise in the middle of the night while everyone else is sleeping.
I'm just like, hoo, hoo.
Cukunkana probably, like, after they settle down with their goofing off, Cukunkana starts, like, ask questions like how do you do a watch? And, like, is there a schedule? How long do you stare into the distance? How long is a watch? How do I tell how much time is passing? Explain how to do it.
So like I said before, Fang does curl up far away from everybody because she feels outsidered.
Aw.
Well, are we in a tent, or is she just biovacking in the open field?
Probably what happened before is you set up like Meris's tent that she had, and it was like not big enough for the Goliath. So this time, like, do you have like a larger tent? Would you say?
I like the idea of us all like puddling it up in one tent. Honestly, like, and also the body
Especially
warmth
because it's like so
will
cold.
really help. It's really important.
Body heat, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What I mean is, there one that like Connie would have that would be larger because he's a Goliath?
Oh, no, actually, you know what? He wouldn't, because if he would have a tent that is just big enough for him if he's by himself, from when he was traveling by himself, but the rest of the time he would have been traveling as like a caravan guard or something, and I imagine they'd have their own tents. So Meris's tent from Thrive would probably be the largest tent that the party had available.
I'm rich.
Actually, wouldn't Cukunkana's tent be the largest? Because she's the most bougie out of all of us?
Yeah.
But she's the smallest.
Yeah, but like...
So I feel like Mom would have given you a pretty decent one to help encapsulate everybody. At the very least, the three of you.
Oh, and Cukunkana just didn't know because she didn't go through all, like, she packed her own bag, but then like her mom went through it and just like repacked it and put all the stuff she
That's
actually
cute.
needs. Like you don't need your toys.
Yeah.
You don't need this. You only need one hairbrush.
It's like when you're packing for a vacation. You're
Yeah.
like, I'm going to shit my pants 3 times a day throughout this 1 week vacation. I better pack
So I
30
need
pairs of
3
underwear.
packs of underwear
Yeah.
for the 10
Yeah.
days each.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, she probably repacked her bag.
I always visioned it like the three of us were like in the tent, but like Connie's like a little bit too, like he's too big. So then it's like from like cankles down is just like sticking out of the tent. Because I think that's cute.
Well, that would wreck with the body heat, though. So I think he would just have to curl up. What we established last time, or in episode 1, whatever it was.
Oh yeah, they were like under the knees.
Yeah, where he has to specifically position himself so that like his calves are just braced against the bottom of the tent.
Well, so at some point, Cukunkana's like, "Hey, I got a tent too," and it's nicer.
And large.
Anyway, so
Just leaving Cukunkana's large tent that nobody knew about.
so I guess training montage on how to keep watch.
You're the best around.
Yeah. So it's like Meris is like step one for like for a stakeout is what I like to call watch. You need snacks. Step 2, you gotta look, you gotta listen. And then step 3, if anything feels a little hinky, you gotta wake at least like one buddy up, you know? Just to kind of let them know, like, hey, there's some hinky things. Maybe, you know, get ready for some hinks.
Got it.
And then when you start to feel tired and you're like, oh, I can't look around, that's when you wake up the other. But for you, maybe you should wait like a minute more because you get sleepy a lot. So I don't know how you're gonna tell time. What do you know any songs? Because you can sing that like 60 times.
Thus they invented the hourglass.
It's like, you know when you wash your hands and you have to sing Lizzo?
Yeah. Sukun kind of looks up at the clouds in the sky and says, "God, this would be so much easier if we could see the stars. I could just tell time by the stars if we could see them."
Never heard of her.
Imagine, I can cook, and she summons a fire. Imagine this,
Know it.
but it's in the sky and really far away, and there's more than you can literally imagine.
Yeah, I literally can't imagine that. It'd probably get pretty warm.
No, it's like if this little fire
Yeah.
was like 100 billion feet away from you, but you could still see the light.
Okay. I mean, that feels hanky.
Like, look, if we can like manipulate the clouds one day, I'll show you.
Clouds?
How much time have you spent imagining what you're going to do when Cukunkana gets control weather? Be honest.
Oh my god, she's gonna control so much
Oh
weather.
my god, is that a thing?
Yeah.
Oh, we're fucked. But like in the
Yeah,
best way.
she's gonna control the hell out of that weather.
Oh my god.
Okay, just to clarify, so the cloud cover is basically eternal, right? Like nobody's...
You've never seen the sky. The sun that is above the clouds definitely lights up the clouds, and so you have like the overcast, but the overcast is more or less permanent unless it's dark, in which case it's super dark because of the clouds.
And there's no stars.
Cukunkana's new like end game is now just to be a weatherman who like surfs.
She would be a god.
The most respected weatherman.
In that case, do you guys do anything else notable on your watch? Do you talk about anything else, or do you just kind of like dick around and do you go on your patrols outside the tent for like a hot minute?
No, I think it's just like a cute little bonding montage. Nothing too steep. You know, you gotta get there. You gotta gain there.
Yeah, like I know that you like generally friends will tell their entire life stories to each other at 3 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
But we're not quite there yet. You know.
In that case, I think that we then move on to how do you guys wake up?
Like, you know what? Okay, I'm not speaking for Connie or anything, but I feel like as soon as they walk towards the tent, Connie would wake up and be like, "It is time," you know. after probably hours of listening to these two goofuses like do stupid shit in the background, he's just laying in tent like, I have to be patient.
You know, when you wake up at like the perfect time, like right before your alarm, because you're like, I'm gonna be late for work. That's Connie. He's like, I'm gonna be late for work.
We established that Condemned sleeps very lightly when he's out in the field, just because he was always on edge for like ice thralls or something waking up or coming up to him. So as soon as he hears the footfall in the snow, he would probably wake up automatically and already be in that process.
Throw a javelin out the fucking door.
Yeah, he lost a couple caravan guard jobs that way, actually, but he got it under control.
That damn, like, hair trigger PTSD javelins.
That's how he lost the first halfling, actually. He later blamed it on the ice thralls. But yes, Condemned would already be kind of getting up by the time the two of them returned.
So I feel like Cukunkana would stick her little head in and be like, Connie?
Yes.
And she like mind's linked to his sleeping, his theoretically sleeping form.
Meris is gonna stick her head like above Cukunkana, so it's kind of like a Scooby-Doo scene where they're like around the corner, like one head above the other.
So it was what you see is a small masked face poke its way through, and then like a lizard snout.
So like any real person's what is that called when sleep paralysis demon?
Yeah.
That's us.
It's my sleep paralysis demon.
A two-headed creature, except one of them's a lizard.
One's masked and one's a lizard.
That's what they're gonna look like now for me, for sure. Yeah, Condemned's gonna, kind of get up and wait for them to come into the tent, and he exits the tent. And as he is exiting, he's going to look to Meris and, kind of like nod a little bit towards Cukunkana, like how did she do?
Yeah, I'm just gonna give like thumbs up, like the okay sign, and give a wink, like we're doing good. She's doing good. We're on the way. We're making progress. I will not tell him my method.
Okay. It'll have to be a secret for all of eternity.
Cukunkana's already in the tent and has taken off her outer layers and is already asleep while this exchange is happening. She doesn't even
The
wait.
snoring has begun.
Yes.
Can she be snoring directly into Fang's ear?
Yes.
Oh my god. And you can like, and she has like, does Fang have like wolf ears? So like whenever she like is like, and then like the ear goes up.
She's like her regular ears are a little like pointed at the top,
so you can see them twitch when she snores in her ear. I would love that.
Yeah.
Cute.
So Fang does like just kind of turn around and is like warmth from another being, like thank you. Like,
Aw, that's cute. Cukunkana like bear hugs her immediately.
Aw, from enemies to friends.
cool. She acquiesces into the hug.
Now she's got a jetpack. For Cukunkana.
A wolf wearing a jetpack should be like our mascot, though. I think
Ooh,
it's pretty great.
there's the logo.
It's pretty dope.
Wolf with a jetpack is the name of my new band.
Do you want to join the Cuddle Puddle, Meris?
Oh, I'm sneaking in for sure. I'll spin the baby, the protector. I'll backpack the jetpack for the wolf.
Hell yeah.
Meris is the jetpack fuel canister. Connie, do you do anything of note on your short rest or your watch?
Yeah, Condemned's just gonna like do a a few patrols, standard.
Okay, can you just give me like a perception check real quick?
So neither of them did perception checks. I just want to state out.
Yeah, is that bad?
Are you sure that you taught her how to do watch,
Yeah.
Meris?
Yeah, are you sure?
I thought it was implied that we were looking while I was saying we were looking. But yeah, probably not if like nails were getting
We
painted.
were also goofing off, playing with magic,
I got an 11.
Okay, you don't see anything out of the ordinary. Everything it's dark. It's far away.
All right.
Sure, that sounds real.
Eventually, the time comes around in which you are to wake Fang, and she is to take her watch. She is currently like being cuddled. One very small and one very large, cuddly individuals, and they are playing jetpack, which doesn't make any sense to anybody. They just call it jetpack.
The baby is probably the warmest. The baby is stuck between a furry animal and like a fire-breathing lizard. Like that's gotta be the warmest situation.
She's living for it.
Because it's dark and he doesn't have dark vision, and because both of the people beside her are much larger than her, I imagine when Condemned pokes his head through, he has to wait a moment to make sure that Cukunkana did not wander off in the night behind his back or something, until he sees the dark shape, and then he's like, okay, it's fine. Puts his giant hand on Fang's shoulder and shakes her very gently.
She comes to consciousness. Yeah, okay, all right.
She has to escape Sukunkana's death grip. It's not hard. Her strength is 6.
Have you ever been cuddling with someone who is absolutely asleep and you just sort of have to pry their rigor mortis stricken fingers off of your body very slowly? Yeah, she do that.
I like to imagine that Condemned takes the backpack or something and puts it in place of where Fang was, just to Indiana Jones
Oh yeah, no, he Indiana Jones it. Absolutely.
Give me a sleight of hand check.
Ah, god damn it.
That's what happens when you say crazy stuff.
That's fair.
She's not gonna wake up.
She's not.
That's 5.
Fang goes, which I don't think wakes anybody.
No.
The bag sort of just baffs off of Sukunkana. I don't imagine she reacts.
She goes, and then doesn't wake up.
Fang looks and says to you, okay,
we're going to have to work on that. Right? They should have woken up.
just don't do it.
They should have woken up.
Get some sleep. And then she heads outside with her bow.
Oh, they should have woken up.
Grim
That's
is
fucking
dying.
hilarious. I love that.
Still thinking about it. They
Yeah.
still
Oh my
woken up.
god.
He's right though. There's where's the lie? There's none here.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Fucking okay, next long rest, I'm just gonna have a fucking zombie show up.
man.
Just start eating her
Stop.
Go ahead.
She's just
Stop it.
go away, it's not my
Don't.
turn.
And then she sets the tent on fire in her sleep.
Okay, so the three of you bed down, and there's a vision that you all seem to share. We're doing the typical dream share thing that happens in D&D sometimes. You see a wave of purple smoke in your vision, and it sort of washes from the top of your vision to the bottom of your vision, and it fades away in a similar manner, and you're in a large room. It seems like it's very large, considering most of the buildings that you've been in have been relatively small, except for the main community hall where the three of you met for the first time. Most places have been, relatively tightly packed because of the amount of resources that are available. Everything in this entire area is made out of the same material of the ruins of the ship in Thrive. Sukunkana has told you all that is called wood. Everything seems to be made of it. There are tables, there are chairs, there is a long section with a man behind it, there are doors made of this stuff. Almost everything here is made of wood.
Question: does Cukunkana ever see like wooden buildings and stuff in her dreams, or is it exclusively plants and animals? Because that's how I imagined it, as exclusively plants and animals.
Pretty much only stuff that you would find in a forest.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, that's what it was in my brain. I just wanted to check if she knew what furniture made out of wood would look like.
It's Boy Scout of America dreams only.
Yeah, exactly.
Looking around this area, you see that there are some people who are sitting at tables, and they have, you would know them to be horns, because that's typically what they're called, but they're made out of wood as well, and some of them are made out of this it's what you guys would know to be seemingly ice, but it's warm here, and you feel warmth, which is unlike anything that most of you have ever felt before. It's you don't feel that intrinsic cold that you've grown accustomed to.
To clarify, when you say horns, you're referring to horns of ale.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah, I was like, oh, there's an elk in
what?
here.
Yeah, I saw Meris's confusion.
Oh, so we're in Viking time.
Yeah.
Looking around, there's a person with a large yellow curved face, and he has feathers all over his body, sort of like if an owlbear was just the owl part, which is a difficult image, but he's taller and he's more thin. There's a man who has just dark skin and vapidly white hair, and another individual who's just a regular looking human man just sitting with them, and they're all talking and drinking, and it's pretty casual. The man behind the bar, I have a very cool description for him. Just give me a minute.
Bill Humanman, though.
Bill Humanman.
That's my backup character.
Man, can't wait for Cukunkana to die so I could be my backup character.
Standing behind the bar is a man holding a container that he's cleaning with a white cloth. He's got an eye patch, and his ears are webbed, and he's noticeably missing an index and pinky finger from his left hand.
Do we see each other in the dream?
If you look around to your left and your right, you absolutely see each other.
Did we hear about a guy that's in continuance that's missing fingers?
Ooh, that sounds familiar.
Yeah, wasn't Mr. Happyfoot missing fingers?
I definitely remember something about missing fingers. It's not in my notes, though.
I think this is just another man who's also missing fingers.
When you get to continuance, you're looking for a guy named Bill Luckyfoot.
Because he have all of his fingers and all of his feet.
It has not been described whether or not he is missing any or all his fingers or feet.
But but I think they distinctly said he does have.
That's
both
true.
feet.
It has been described that he has both of his feet. You are correct about that.
It's still out for jury, though, whether one of those is a rabbit's foot or not.
Okay. So you guys are in this incredibly unusual situation. What do?
The first thing that Condemned would have done is that when he kind of like looked around, he would have seen Cukunkana first, and he would have taken a few steps back. Then he would have bumped into Meris and like turned around and seen her, and then he would have like kind of collected himself a bit and resumed his normal stoic nature.
When he bumps into me, I'm gonna kind of like silently like kind of like head nod like to him, and then to like the guys that are over at the bar, just kind of like,
Not friends of mine.
Okay, hey, I'm gonna yell hey at them if that wasn't clear.
Cukunkana also she pipes up behind them like a little hype guy. And he's like, hey,
Yeah, hey.
But telepathically.
yeah.
The dark-skinned man, he looks over at you and he says, "Oh yeah, come for a drink, eh?
I love him. Yes, sir.
Oh, come on over. It'll be a good time."
Hey, and then she comes over with absolutely no sense of self-preservation.
All right, Rolf, 3 more. And Rolf, the bartender, brings over some stuff, some ale for the 3 of you. He says, "That'll be 3 electrum."
What kind of degenerate civilization uses electrum?
What is that? Is that from the real D&D thing?
Yeah.
It is. It's just it's like an in between gold and silver.
Yeah.
So nobody uses it.
We're gonna start a tab if that's okay.
Oh, it's okay. I got you for this one.
Oh, perfect.
And he throws down 3 electrum on the table, and Rolf picks it up and he walks away.
Sukin kind of picks one up and examines it.
Oh, well, he needs that. What are you doing?
I just want to look. I'll give it back.
All right.
She licks it.
It tastes.
If it tastes like metal, like copper, it might taste like blood.
I was gonna say, has Cukunkana ever bit her tongue? Probably.
Probably. Who hasn't?
Clumsy bitch.
Yeah.
Right?
So it tastes similar to blood that you've tasted in your own mouth before.
She puts it down and gives it back to the man. She's like, tastes like blood, she says.
Aye, it does. What brings you 3 here?
I want to remind you, she is using Mind Link to talk to everybody.
They don't seem to mind at all. They don't seem to care.
Great, excellent.
Ooh.
What brings the 3 of you here?
I assume some manner of dream. I've never had one like this before.
Okay.
Where I talk to people.
Well, we all have dreams. You know how it is. I want to be a woodworker.
Oh, that's cute.
Oh, yeah.
Of what?
And then the scene from Tangled where everyone in the tavern has that song.
Mhm.
It's like, I have a brain. And I'm the fat old guy with one hand. Dibs.
Oh, I wanted to be the fat old guy with one hand. Damn it.
I changed my mind. I'm just the horse.
Ah, you bitch.
I want to be the drunken fat man that hangs on a string.
Oh, you're the guy that looks like Cupid.
Yeah, but like ugly and elderly.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, I just
like
like
a really old, like alcoholic dwarf.
I mean, I already think that Cupid is ugly, but that's entirely because I hate children, so.
Tell that to the Greeks.
Oof. Dark.
We are just, classic adventurers. Who are you? Where are we?
Oh, my name is Rolf. I just work here, I tend the bar. I often serve people just like yourself. It's not much. I used to be an adventurer back in the day. It's not easy work, and I wasn't able to handle a sword quite the same way after I lost my fingers.
How'd you lose your fingers?
Oh, there's a wolf bite.
Oh my god. Literally the same thing just happened to me, but I was able to keep mine. Did your wolf have crystals?
Roll a wisdom check real quick. Wisdom saving throw.
Oh fuck, why am I always one that talks and does things? 14.
Okay. As you mentioned that pretty much the same thing happened to you, you look down at your hand, and for like maybe a split second, it looks like you're missing the two fingers in between your pinky and your index finger. But you shake your hand, and they come back, and everything's fine.
Oh.
Yeah, it's modest work. It's a modest living. It's not perfect, but it's what I like to do, and it's what I can do.
I mean, fair, yeah. I mean, I worked retail for a very long time, let me tell you.
Oh, you worked at nearby at one of the local shops?
I worked at an alchemy shop, actually.
Oh, that seems like a very useful skill. We haven't got much in the way of magic users around here.
Where is here?
As he begins to speak, you hear a distortion drift over his voice as he says, well, we're right in...
Oh, so sorry. If we had cell service in this world, that would have cut out. What did you just say?
Well, we're here in...
Okay, sweetheart. Okay, this isn't...
Condemned's gonna put a hand on Meris's shoulder and just... It's fine.
Cukunkana went from having reckless abandon to being extremely suspicious very quickly. Because as someone who is a veteran in dreams, this is doing her a concern. So she immediately stands up and doesn't say anything to anyone and walks to the other side of the room.
Condemned will follow.
And opens the door and just throws it open.
As you open the door, you are greeted with a incredibly long hallway that has gray carpet on the floor, which follows a curve that shows the hallway corkscrews towards a room that is difficult to perceive.
Okay, she closes the door, and then she's like, hey guys! She minds link with them, and she says, can you guys watch over me for a hot sec while I stare into space for a couple seconds in that corner?
Honestly, that's been most of this journey.
Yeah, I've been asked weirder things.
Great. So she goes and sits in the corner, legs crossed, and she kind of relaxes, and she's gonna try to commune with her Corey because she's dreaming right now, and she just realized that her Corey isn't around, her dream spirit isn't present, and it does her a concern. So she's gonna try to commune with the spirit.
Okay, as you sit down on the ground, can you give me a charisma check?
I was hoping for wisdom. I got 16.
So you feel that there is a equally concerned visage that is inhabiting part of your body, seemingly as you walk around, it walks around with you. The incredible unfamiliarity that it feels is akin to what you are currently feeling.
All right, she's going to take a second, and then she's going to say, Akin Kuku, and summon fire to see if she can summon fire.
You can. Fire appears in your hand. It's warm. It's not as warm as it usually is because you feel, as yourself, pretty warm right now.
When Condemned sees her summoning fire, he automatically starts slowly reaching for the shield at his back. Are we about to throw down?
She dismisses the fire and stands up and looks at them, and she says, well, we're dreaming. Not the usual kind. I don't know what's going on. This is all new territory. I've only dreamed about trees before. And I can't even show you any here because this damn door is broken.
Oh, thank God.
Are there any windows around?
There are no windows.
Can I turn to the other guys that are at the bar? Not Rolf.
The three guys?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna like point at them. I'm gonna be like, "Hey, who are you guys?"
All right, well, I'm Dave, says the dark-skinned man with the white hair. He's a drow.
I know them.
Yeah.
Cukunkana kicks over a chair.
He points a hand to the human sitting next to him. And he says, "This is Alan." And he turns to he's an Arakakra. And he says, "This is Bill."
Bill the bird.
No, Bill's just a human, right?
Yeah, I thought it was Bill Humanman.
Bill Humanman.
What kind of bird? Bird bear? Bird platypus bear? Just bird.
Mm-hmm.
Bird.
I love that you just like Googled like top men names of like 1999.
Looked up nothing. I just picked names.
Dave, Alan, and Bill.
Yeah.
I decided to have a barbecue dad party, and these are the three people that came.
These are the three dads I brought.
Dave, Alan, and Bill.
Oh my god. Wait, so they're dab?
Shut up! Shut up!
Hello, teens. I'm relatable.
Yeah.
Oh my
I can't
god!
believe Candor just quit the podcast.
Yeah.
Ugh. I can hear your white New Balances squeak as you're moonwalking across the screen. Fuck.
Do they dab at the table after they introduce themselves simultaneously?
I kill them immediately.
I would riot if they did that.
They do not.
Thank God.
So, as you guys are asking their names and looking at them and sort of, you talked about them with what they're doing here, suddenly the three of them, their arms go slowly to resting on the table, and all of their heads turn to look at a staircase that is next to the bar.
That's very normal.
They simply stare and look and wait. Can I get an insight check?
Okay, fine.
Sukun kind of goes in that hallway
Yeah.
of the never-ending hallway. She's like, "Okay, guys, let's get in here and just start walking."
You hear, "Oh dear, not this way, not yet. You aren't ready for this just yet. Let me help you." And like the Shadow Master from Ocarina of Time, a large hand falls down from the ceiling with the two fingers that Rolf is missing, and grabs onto you and pulls you into the ground, into the shadow.
She's screaming immediately. She's screaming a lot.
I lunge to grab.
As I'm sure that it is completely pointless, but as soon as the hand came down for Cukunkana, Condemned would have attempted to like grab or stop it.
My baby!
As the two of you are sprinting towards her as quickly as you can.
Actually, for the record, Condemned followed her when she stood up because she's the dream.
Yeah, I was under the impression we were all next to each other.
Oh, okay. Meris was talking to the boys.
Sorry, I have a thing for the boys.
Condemned was following his spirit guide.
The hand compensates for the extra size and becomes larger and grabs the two of you and pulls you down into the shadow.
I jump on the hand.
The hand disappears into the shadow, so you drop into the shadow and you fall into that, and it drops you back out in the middle of the bar in the tavern.
Condemned kind of like looks around. He's like with that hands up, sort of like panic gesture, and he's like, "So stairs?"
Cukunkana runs for the door again.
The door slams shut.
Ugh. Okay, hey, she's saying this out loud to the room. "You got us. We've been punked. Let's all stop now. And, for once in my life, I want to wake up."
Rolf looks at all of you as you are now standing in front of the bar that he is standing at, and he says, "Well, if you need a room, there are rooms upstairs."
No.
Okay, shepherding us. Alright, guys. Should we hold hands and go up the stairs? It feels plot pointy.
I feel as if we don't have choice in this matter.
Can I insight check Rolf?
Absolutely.
Oh, fuck. I forgot about insight checks.
Whoops.
We trust everyone.
Everybody can do an insight check.
Guess you got 24, because I got a nat 20.
Nice.
Ooh, don't worry. I got 8.
I got 22 for the record.
We're all doing good.
So, Meris, you can't get heads or tails about this guy. He just seems weird. He seems not dangerous, but he seems not like he seems like a weird guy. The other two of you, you can tell that he has no malicious intent towards either of you or any of you. What he truly feels is that he is a sort of a guide, a shepherd. He's protecting you from something.
And you, Brian, as the DM, are like the internet in the sense that you can't lie, right?
Exactly.
Not to a 24, you can't.
Not to a 24.
Sukun kind of looks at the guy and she kind of squints and she says, "If you're tricking me, I'm gonna be very mad. And I've been told I pack quite the punch."
She does.
All right, well, your rooms are upstairs and they're ready. Whatever you are.
She leans to the others and says, I do want to hold hands while we walk up the stairs.
I appreciate that. I can get down. Should we send the big boy first, and then me, and then baby? Is that our marching order? Or should it be me, big boy?
Keep the girdle in the middle.
Should we talk to those guys more, though?
Can I insight check the stairs?
Can we draw some dicks on the tables, or is there anything else you want to? Or
Can I stick my gum underneath the table?
I'm gonna carve like a butt or like a dick into the
we
wood.
kick over all the chairs.
So 3 hours pass, and we finally go up the stairs. Fuck your game, Brian.
Yeah. I got all fucking night.
We have a food fight in this cafeteria. Eat my dick.
So if you want to start carving dicks on tables,
No, that's rude.
this is an establishment.
It would be rude. These are probably handmade tables. It's medieval times.
Yeah, if it was like a Walmart, maybe, but this is clearly small business.
If it was a Denny's, maybe. All right, well, let's get up them stairs.
All right. So as the three of you walk up the stairs, I believe Connie in front.
yes,
Connie in front, Meris behind, Cukunkana behind Meris.
condemned suggested girdle in the middle.
Baby sandwich.
I am the hamburger patty of this hamburger.
In order, Connie, Cukunkana, Meris. As you are walking up the stairs, you can tell that the handrail has not seen much use. It's incredibly polished. It's strangely new looking.
Is it made out of metal?
No, it's made out of wood.
Okay, because I was going to be we don't know what metal is.
And as you get upstairs, you take a right around the natural curve of the staircase, and there's 4 doors. One of the doors has some Goliath runic symbols that say "Enter here." Another one has some Druidic markings and the picture of a constellation that looks like it could be a wolf. And the third one has a marking that would be familiar to Meris, as it was what her grandfather's armor had on it, a symbol of their paladin oath. There's a 4th door. The 4th door has a depiction of a hand stabbing a knife through the dome of a crying skull.
Burn that door down. Fuck that door. Ew.
I don't like that.
It's what? It's a stabbing through a skull?
Yeah, it's a depiction of a hand stabbing a knife through the dome of a crying skull.
Ew.
Hey, nah.
Sukunkana can also read the giant door.
I was going to say,
Yeah.
You can also read what?
can also read giant.
Oh, nice.
I would have looked at the door and be like, hey, it says enter here, right? Because she's never it's she's like a student who learned a language that never has been able to use it in a practical sense.
Oh, so you learned Latin.
Yeah. She learned French but has never seen a real French person.
Condemned is going to look down at her and say, you read giant? Or you read the runes?
Yeah. Fun that you've got a label on your face. I mean, not fun. I mean, you murdered someone. Whoops.
Oh my god.
You know what? I'm gonna go through this door. I'm gonna gracefully exit now.
Oh
Goodbye.
boy!
I'll be
through her
eating
door.
myself through the door.
She's just been holding onto this for a while. She knows, but it's this is my boy though.
She's known the whole time. She just couldn't find a good time to bring up somebody labeled you, eh?
Yeah. Okay, so Sukunkana did go through the door, though.
Yeah, she just
Okay, yeah.
Fucking destroyed Connie on her way out.
She didn't go through the door. She dropped a bomb, went through the door, closed the door, locked it. We died in the wreck.
Yes.
Yeah.
Condemned will kind of watch her go through the door, and he is very clearly thinking about something and is lost in thought for a moment before he blinks and returns to himself, and he looks to Meris and he says, we should probably go through ours, yes? I assume that one has some meaning for you.
I'm gonna point at like my grandfather's symbol door, and I'm just gonna be like, that door might. I don't want to go through that one yet. I don't think I'm. Oh, that door. We got to protect the baby. We'll go protect the baby.
Cukunkana, did you close the door on your way in?
Yeah, like she was embarrassed. The social anxiety got to her, and she just noped out of this situation she's fumbled through. It's like when you talk to someone and you say hi, how are you, and then you say good, how are you, and then they say back, oh, how are you again.
Like, how are you is like used as like social greeting, but like then you just keep like building on it, like
good, and you, but they already answered.
Used to work at the movie theater, and you're always supposed to say have a good show, and then they would say you too. Enjoy the show. You too.
I would die. I could never go back to that movie theater.
So as Meris, as you walk up to the door that Cukunkana went through, the door handle disappears.
I'm gonna start. Can I knock on it?
Okay, you knock on it. Cukunkana, you hear nothing.
Great.
I don't mean to be rude, but have you dreamed before? Did you expect that to work?
No, but I've seen doors before, and that usually does work. Sassbag.
He shrugs. This is stressful for all of us. With that, he is going to go to his door, open it up, walk through, and close it behind him.
She went through your door, though.
He did not.
Which door did she go through?
Her door.
Went through my door.
Oh, I thought you went through the Giant's door. Connie's door.
Nah, I was just talking about it. We were talking about language.
Oh, that explains the confusion.
She can just read giant.
Oh, so I thought you were like, Giant. I got it.
Ignores the druid symbol, ignores the druidic and the astrology, just like goes straight through Condemned's door.
I mean, she's a baby. I don't know.
Are you just chilling outside for now?
Like, just for like a hot second, and then I'm gonna go over and just kind of like put my hand to the symbol on the door.
It's warm.
I'm gonna open it, and I'm gonna open it, and I'm gonna go through.
Okay. So let's start with the first one. Cukunkana, you see standing before you a blue and white aberration, a human-shaped aberration, and you can tell that it has glowing white eyes. Do you remember Cortana from fucking Halo?
Yes.
Sort of like that,
Yes.
except more ethereal and less science-y.
Except more fantasy.
Yeah, more fantasy.
Okay.
She stands there and she says, I am just as surprised as you are to see you here.
I mean, I'm having a dream. The first one I've had that's a real one, so, like, as far as I understand how other people have described dreams to me, so I don't know what to expect. I got eaten by a hand, though.
Cukunkana, it's me, Maha. I've been with you your entire life.
Sukin kind of, like, stands for a second, like she's buffering.
I'm the one who shows you what plants are and what animals are, and I don't really know what I'm doing here either.
Hina, am I right?
Hina, indeed. Something is different about the world outside. I don't know what it is.
Hold up. Do you know why everything's, like, frozen and stuff? Like, while you're here? While we can, like, directly speak?
I don't know why it's all frozen. I just know one day it was frozen.
Oh, okay, great. Good info.
Like, everything was fine, and I was with our tribe, and then all of a sudden, it was cold. It was bleak, and I was the only one left. But I could feel them all with me, and I persisted through.
Sukin kind of, like, is kind of still loading, still buffering. And then she takes a second, and she takes a really deep breath, and she starts crying, shocking everyone.
3 for 3,
We did it,
baby!
guys. We got her.
3 for 3, baby!
Yes!
She's doing it again!
I hope next session nothing sad happens, and then like one like nice thing happens, like you see like a cute
Yeah.
thing, and then you're just like, it's so
Yeah.
nice.
She cries. Maha walks over to you, and she takes your hands, and she's a good 1.5 feet taller than you.
Oh, that's not hard.
She takes your hands in her hands, and you can see that she is also crying as well. And she says, "I don't know what we're gonna do, and I don't know what's happening, but I know that we have to do it together."
And she kind of looks at her, and Cukunkana looks at her and says, I hate the world. I hate how everything is.
She gets down close to you and holding your hands up to between the two of you. You know how like family does sometimes,
Yeah.
or like
Like
lovers
with
do
like
or
little
whatever.
children. Yeah.
And they're like, you and me, okay? You and me. The two of us are gonna fix the world. And the room fades away, the wood fades away, fades into darkness, and condemned.
Neat.
Standing before you is the image of Femur Shaper. She's still blind, but
Oh, that didn't clear up? Sorry. I'm sorry. I shouldn't be making this
it's crazy, right?
I'm sorry. I'm getting into it.
She has bound leather wrapped around her eyes, and she says, I would say nice to see you, but there's multiple reasons why it's not.
He automatically bows his head in a gesture of shame, but, even though she can't see him, he says, Teacher, I cannot express how sorry I am for what I did, but if it is any consolation, I have taken the lessons that you tried to teach me to heart, not just of shaping bone, but of how to be a better Goliath.
You understand that it's not what you did. It's that you kept it.
Yes.
We're all willing to grow from our mistakes, and you are one who is willing to learn. At least it seems that you are now. But back then, you were young, with so much potential. Now you seem to be in a place where it would make more sense.
If you would have me, I would learn.
Unfortunately for us both, I no longer can. Although while I am not happy to see you, I'm happy to see what you've become.
Thank you.
There is hope for you yet.
That is what I like to think.
And then it fades. Everything, the wood, falls away, black. Meris.
No.
Oh no.
Oh, could we not, please?
Oh, I wanna hug you.
Now it's my turn to cry IRL.
You see standing before you your grandfather wearing his armor. Hey, Meris. He looks a lot younger than you remember him.
Pops. Hey.
It's, it hasn't been very long, but I've missed you.
Do you know you're dead?
yes, I know. I wish we had more time. There's so much. I'm sorry for leaving you alone. I'm sorry for the things I did. I'm sorry for locking you into the path of our oath. I'm sorry. But I'm so proud of you. And I'm sorry that I saddled you with the destiny that I did.
Grin and bear it. That was kind of, I don't think I can do this. I don't think I can do this on my own.
Gonna be okay. You're gonna be okay.
I'm trying to make friends. I'm trying to.
You're so strong. Look at you.
I don't know if I'm strong enough.
I've seen.
I don't think I can. How I can't protect everyone.
Mare. Follow your heart. Follow the warmth that you give. As long as you keep trying to protect people, you're going to make it.
I'm gonna touch my hands to my chest, like right at the throat, kind of where you can always see the light start to come.
He does the same thing.
I'm gonna make you proud. I'm gonna make the whole family proud.
I know.
I'm gonna try.
I love you, kiddo.
I love you too.
And it fades. And you all leveled up!
Yeah! I'm gonna punch so fucking hard.
So, just for like a quick, for the audience, because I know that whenever I listen to like a D&D podcast and they get a level up and they don't explain what they got or what they did,
yeah.
My god, that's frustrating.
It is, actually, super frustrating.
Yeah, so if everybody could just do like a quick 3 sentences or whatever of what they got, if they can even manage that many.
Called out.
Connie, do you want to go first? Because you have the easiest job.
Okay. I'm a level 2 fighter, which means that I gained more hit points and I got action surge, and that's it. And also I can manage a third sentence, Brian. This is the third sentence.
And the fourth one is go
Got
fuck
him.
yourself.
Nailed
That was
it.
4.
Get 4 sentenced, bitch.
So I take another level in Druid, and I have chosen for my Druid circle, the Circle of Stars. So what I did get is I'll get a new Druidic focus, which is going to be a crystal that projects starry patterns when placed before light, because that's aesthetic and on point. And for once, wizards know what they're talking about. I also get access to my starry form, so I'll be able to summon the power of constellations, or like, I guess in context of the character, of like her memories or her ancestors, to be able to use powers that she didn't have before. I am going to translate or at least change the words to Tanaka words, but for reference, it would be the Archer, Chalice, or Dragon forms. Archer lets her use a long-range spell attack. Chalice basically lets her heal these fighty little boys that she's got traveling with. And Dragon makes it so that she can let's see here. When you make an intelligence or wisdom check or concentration saving throw, you maintain concentration on a spell. You can treat a 9 or lower on a d20 as a 10. So it makes it easier to concentrate on spells.
You also get a few shots of Guiding Bolt.
Oh yeah, I also get guidance, the cantrip, and Guiding Bolt the number of times equal to my proficiency bonus, which is like a number that I can't read
2.
because I'm too hot to do numbers.
Same. I get that.
Also, I realized that I had the easiest job and I fucked up because I said I got 5 hit points, but it's 9, and I'm ashamed.
Oh, also I'm at 13 instead of 8 hit points now.
My hit points went up, and I don't know what method I'm using. I'm assuming it's automatic.
They just went up, it's probably
Okay.
fixed. It's just naturally at fixed unless you change it.
Because I was like, I didn't do that, but that's more than I had.
Sorry, did I also get wild shape now?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I can
fuck
turn into
yeah.
animals.
Ah.
Very important for druids.
Oh, dope.
Hell yeah. So I can either wild shape or I can use my starry form. Up to twice per short rest. Yes! Okay, anyway, continue.
Oh, hey, so, Meris got a couple of more lay on hands, like, HP pool, healing, whatever the fuck. She got a fighting style. They chose defense, because they get, a little bit of AC, so that it's harder to hit them. Oh, and then spells, yeah, literally, okay, yeah, she got spells. She got 3 spells. We got Bless, so I can make me or my friends harder to hit, or some saving throws or some shit. It's just good shit. Searing Smite, damage, and Shield of Faith. And then
And you can change those out for other
yeah, that's why I
ones
wasn't
whenever
too
you-
worried about like picking the best ones, because A, I don't know anything about anything, and B, I do what I want. So I would probably do it without telling you and then just hope you didn't see. What?
And then you get some more health. I know you're harder to kill.
And then Meris got health. Oh, my AC went up. Oh yeah, because I took the thing. Cool. I love D&D. I know how to play it. I'm really good at it. And I think that's for the best for me.
And so the 3 of you awaken. Fang is walking around, and as she eventually comes into the tent to finally wake the 3 of you up, she is visibly upset, and she says, I have tried to wake you for 4 hours. You guys would not move. We have got to get out of here. There have been rumblings from far away. They are coming closer. We need to get up, and we need to pack up, and we need to get the hell out of here. We need to go. We need to go right the hell now.
So you're saying, Brian, is we took too long. to
Book
get
your
this
stairs. You wake up and all your characters die. Fuck you. Go
Yeah, we goofed around too much.
Thank you, everyone, for listening to Episode 3 of Tales of Bone and Ice, starring Grimhilde as Cukunkana, Marilyn as Meris Teresat, Candor as Condemned, and myself, Brian Sherwood, as the DM. Editing and music done by Chelsea Love. If you liked the episode or enjoyed the show, please rate us on iTunes or whatever podcast app you're currently using. And if you want to potentially have a character in the show named after you, tweet at us at BonePod using the hashtag BonePod and potentially get murdered in a brutal and devastating way. Once again, I am Brian Sherwood, and remember, watching TV in the dark can cause your eyes to strain, which can result in a late-night headache. So consider having a lamp on to avoid potential damage to those wonderful peepers.